A city councilor for Portland has decided that, hey, maybe we need to fix the problem that we have when it comes to losing businesses. He's introduced a resolution before the city to try to work on getting this taken care of. His name is Dan Ryan, sorry. He basically is dealing with the fact that he's seeing that businesses are closing their doors because they're fed up of being cash cows for a government that does nothing to actually help them. This is a city that is in chaos. They have riots every day. Just look what's happening in front of the ICE building there. This businesses are getting ransacked constantly, and the tax rate is shooting through the roof for what? It doesn't help the people that are actually productive in the city. No, it goes to help Antifa and other leftists that are destroying the city. So Dan Ryan has come up with a resolution that I think, in all honesty, makes sense, but I doubt it'll pass because, well, it will help capitalism instead of helping violent individuals. So let's take a look at this. If you like knowing what's going on with government, and this is government related, even though it may only be for Portland, it could become a way for others to see that their cities are screwing up. Hit like and subscribe because I cover these things. Now, let's get into it.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Okay, I'm going to read you the beginning of this resolution, and it's going to be a little long, but it's well worth it. This is what Dan Ryan thinks is happening inside the city, and it's well researched. Whereas local storefront businesses are vital to Portland's economy, whereas street-facing businesses, both in local districts and downtown, are place-making anchors that define Portland's neighborhoods, and whereas local storefront businesses have been struggling for years in the challenging economic environment, and many have closed or relocated out of Portland since 2020, and whereas the city businesses are struggling under their tax burden, as reflected in October 2024 Oregon State and Local Business Taxes Analysis by Oregon Business and Industry, found that local taxes on businesses increased by 82% over 4 years. Whereas the city budget office business license revenue remains below the peak of fiscal year 2022-23, resulting in the loss of $10.15 million in fiscal year 2024-25, on top of the loss of $20.21 million in fiscal year 2023-24. And whereas decreased health and vitality of our business districts directly correlates to the city's declining overall economic health, reputation, and identity, whereas the City of Portland has a responsibility to ensure that city services adequately meet the needs of storefront businesses, and whereas it is expected that more storefronts and other local businesses will fail without supportive action and partnerships with local government, and whereas the city's economic development agency is Prosper Portland, which operates the Office of Small Business, which has purview over supporting the small and local business community, and whereas the city and Prosper Portland do not have the current ability system or resources to track the quantity and location of Portland's vacant storefronts or information regarding the reasons local businesses that close or relocate from Portland, which has created a significant data gap for decision makers. Vacant storefronts are vulnerable to crime, vandalism, which lead to problem hotspots across the city, creating real and perceived derelict areas of the city's neighborhoods. Local businesses are targets of costly crime and acts of vandalism, which is unaddressed, and the city needs to develop the capacity to implement strategies that provide real and immediate assistance to our local business community as they face continued. Okay, you got all that. His solution is establish citywide systems to track and respond to storefront vacancies, coordinate city bureau responses to crime, vandalism, nuisance issues impacting local businesses, identify staffing, funding, and data needs to ensure long-term program success, strengthen collaboration between Prosper Portland city bureaus and community stakeholders, and conduct exit interviews compiling data that identifies why we are experiencing unprecedented exits leading to empty storefronts. You heard that right. And this is an interesting thing. Now, KATU Channel 2, it's an ABC affiliate, actually went out into the streets and talked to a business that was getting ready to close up. They said that they had gotten so tired of cleaning up their window getting smashed that they had stopped cleaning it up. They had just stopped buying new windows and just, well, left it like that. This is a business that had been there for 20 years. And they also said that they felt like businesses had become the cash cow for Portland, but had been reaping none of the benefits of the tax dollars. That's what the business owners have been saying. And then you take a look at Portland had the central area closed down because Antifa took it over. You see these violent leftists that have been outside of that ICE building and vandalizing a federal building all this time. City's not doing anything about it. The residents are getting fed up. So this is what's happening in Portland. Here's the basics of it. Business is very necessary. Now, okay, I have stated before, and not everybody watches my channel that comes to certain videos, but here's the thing. The only thing that's actual capitalism in this country anymore is small businesses. They employ a lot of people. They are the economic driver in most places, but you have had in the past few years Democrats trying to dismantle small businesses while helping large corporations. Wonder who's been getting the most political donations or they from the large corporations. It's gotten to the point that small businesses just can't operate like that. And 82% increase in taxes over a 4-year period. What kind of common sense does that make? You want to hurt businesses and then you don't understand why you're losing them? You're not wanting to respond whenever their businesses are being attacked by criminals and violent leftists? No, this is not how you do things. This is the sole reason that we're going to crumble in this country. It really is. You've got Democrats that have made policy for so long that it is destroying this nation. In Portland is got some people that are finally realizing, hey, we need to fix this, but is it going to happen? I mean, seriously, they're not talking about arresting the actual problems. They're not talking about fixing the actual problems. They're just talking about putting a Band-Aid over an issue that they realize is a problem, but they know that they can't get the support from the people that are threatening the voters to actually get the real problem solved. But this is what's going to continue happening around this country. They keep talking about there's a civil war. Well, yeah, it is, but it's not the way that most people see civil wars. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.